It's art shoot time with your host, Mrs. Lair.
Hello and welcome to Art Shoe Time with Mrs. Lair. I'm your host, Mrs. Lair. Hope you had a wonderful vacation. Hope you had some time with your family, but not too close, with people outside of your family circle. Hopefully you wore masks this week. Anyway, I will show you what we're going to be doing this week. This week we are going to be drawing a cylinder. It's a jar. Now, bear with me. You're thinking, this doesn't sound like a normal Miss Lair drawing assignment. Well, it's a skill and it's a step toward our final assignment. This is going to be a 2-week assignment. This is just the first week where we draw a jar, a cylinder shape, and then next week we're going to do something inside our jars. So this week, explore drawing, look at highlights, look at the shape with the round, like almost like a flat circle on the top and the rounded circle on the bottom. You'll watch me draw and then you'll try it and then upload your sketches on Seesaw. And then next week we'll be continuing our skills. Okay, let's go. So notice that I'm drawing first with a pencil, and that's how I get those nice lines that if I make a mistake, I can always erase. I could go over it later with a marker. Also, notice that I'm trying to make my jar look three-dimensional, which would be a cylinder shape. And I'm doing that by making the bottom round. If you notice at the bottom of the jar, it's actually round. And at the top of the jar, which might be out of the screen, but you can imagine that the top of the jar have almost like a flat circle on. That way it'll show that three-dimensional look. You could see that when I'm coloring in the lid. Now some jars might be open, some jars might have lids. I chose to do a lid because I'm going to do something inside of my jar, and that you can do also. That'll be up to you. I can always add more dark and more highlights, which would be the light part of my jar. So this is my final piece. This is a cylinder. It's this jar right here. Now you can see how I drew this bottom circle here and even the top, and it almost looks like a flat circle, like a squished down circle. That's what makes your cylinder look three-dimensional. You can also draw like a highlight, which is just a curved white spot. You can see it here on mine. And all I did for a trick was to make a curved spot to follow that curve, and then I colored around it to make it look, so you can really see that highlight. All right, so that's just a trick of the eye. Now I'm going to draw something fun inside it, and you can draw whatever you want. You could draw a little world, you could draw something special, you could draw liquid, you could draw some sort of secret potion, whatever you want inside your jar this week. Next week, I'm going to give you a challenge to draw inside your jar. So this week is practice drawing jar day, and you can choose to leave it empty. And if you do a really good job and you want to leave this for your final and then be able to do your task inside the jar next week, that's fine. Or if you are just practicing and you just want to have fun drawing a jar this week, that's fine. And then you draw a jar again next week. So this week on Seesaw, I just want you to post a jar. It can be empty or it could be full. And then next week is the assignment. So practice drawing jars this week and have a wonderful week. And it's good to be back. Draw your 3D cylinder jars this week. Remember that this is just the first skill in a 2-week art lesson. It is important to do your best this week so you are ready for step 2 next week. Have fun and happy drawing!